Good day everyone. This is not a video that I promise. It will follow this video. I have to iron out some issues here that I pick up in the Stellarium. We had similar problems in 2020, 2021, and then as I would go through the Feast of Trumpets until 2029, I picked up some more issues. I feel they are manipulating the 7th month because I've been through the SHMITA years, every 7 years cycle, and I studied it. So that's almost 100 years back from way back. And the markets always collapse on the day of Elul, or 5 days before, or a week before, or on the day of Feast of Trumpets. You see, God resets His economy every 7th year, and God will punish America because they took on that vow. Yeah, and that is the reason why you always find that the economy is down at certain time. 2008, I had a very bad turn myself, and 2001 as well. Yeah, that is of course with the Twin Towers. Now I want to ask Watchman George, or the Return of the King. I know he is very good at this, to have a look at the calendar. Now, I created this video. You can see the timestamp there. That was on the 11th of December 2021. I know about the experience that we had in 2020 and 2021. To 2021, they had a similar date as 2029, and that just don't sit with me. I don't think that that is the correct date. 8 October 2029 would be the correct Feast of Trumpets. And if I backdate that date from 8 October backwards, and then I arrive back at, that is on 26th, 27th, on this date, October, this is the date that I originally had, that I feel this is Feast of Trumpets. So is Feast of Trumpets over? I really cannot say, but I feel there's something missing. We cannot wait another 7 years. The time is now. The time is over, people. And something is not right. This is, as I said, you know, this video, I removed it. It was right down at about 700 views on there, and then I took it off and I put it into my private file, because somebody told me that cannot be. Everybody agrees on September 26, 27, and yet Israel does not observe the moon. They didn't comply with biblical protocol, and they just went on, and they put the date as 25th to 27, because it's over 2 days. So now all dates are actually out of place. So now what we're going to do? We have a problem, Houston. We have a problem. And here is the file that I'm talking about. 2029, 11th of the 9th. The Feast of Trumpets that is Jesus' birthday, 9/11. But look, where is the moon? The moon is in the feet of seen a Feast of Trumpets with the sun in Leo. That's impossible. When Jesus was born, the sun was at the midriff. So something is off. Something is off. And I put that video there, and the words that I actually wrote there, and I said the purpose of the wrong date given. That was, of course, September, Feast of Trumpets, and that is to discourage the body of Christ. And that is what they do. When is the Feast of Trumpets and fear? And they know about the time. They know about the SHMITAs. They know about the time frame. And more or less, the only thing they don't know the day and hour. And when they see, we are on the wrong spot, and then they will send the asteroid, like they did now, so that every sign may prophetically point to, no, this is the day. The devil is very witty, and the devil is sly, people. So we need to sit down and find out what is the real Feast of Trumpets here. So now here is this date, the 11th of the 9th. As I said, the sun cannot be in Leo for Feast of Trumpets. For Passover, people, the sun have to be in Aries, or very close to Aries. And for Feast of Trumpets, the sun must be in Virgo, either from the shoulders onwards or down below. That is where in 2021 we put that, I think it was on 7th of 8th of October. That is where we put it. And the sun was also here around where Jupiter is. But if we go to the 10th month, to the 11th, to the 8th, we go to the 8th, and that is more like Feast of Trumpets. This is where Feast of Trumpets, that's where the correct position of the sun should be. Yeah, so that is Feast of Trumpets for 2029. And as I state, if I recalculated backwards, then I arrived at Feast of Trumpets, 26, 27 of October, like I worked it out in the first place in December. But if you calculate the moon, they did it nicely, which is correct. There are 7 moons from the time of 1st of April. And look, there's Aries. For Aries, yeah, I can put this backwards. Here's the first or the fourth. That was the first. That is the first new moon. The moon. Yeah, here is the moon as well, right where the sun is. The sun has to be at least where Aries is. That is always the case, But and this was not the right time. And even if that was Feast of Passover, that was on the 14th. That was on the 14th. It was still not on the 14th, say on the 15th. The sun still wasn't in Aries to begin with. So something does not sit right. And that is why people feel that it's all by 30 days. So that was Feast of Passover on 15th or the 4th. So I really want the watchmen to look at this and put our heads together, because it's not Jubilee. We're not in a Jubilee for 2022. The final Jubilee is 2029. That will be the 120th Jubilee. You cannot put just any Jubilee, the Queen's Jubilee or Israel's Jubilee within a cycle. It doesn't work like that. God goes according to his creation Jubilees, people. And that's how it works. And yeah, so we have to look at in this matter and find out and pray and see God's face. Is this, which is the correct calendar? Well, we only see, so all that I can say is that from, at least from October 15th onwards, right unto November the 15th, we must set it as high one's days, because we just cannot, we just do not know. However, the Lord told Wayne Fowler, and said to him that he will be out by his birthday, and that is the 15th of November. That is mid-November. You'll be out. You won't be here. And the Lord said the same to another lady. And that made me wonder, why didn't the money market, the markets collapse on this coming Feast of Trumpets? It always do happen. And by the way, the Dow Jones, they picked up at 1,500 points over the last 2 days, which is very significant, people. So we had to watch today. I didn't check it today, so you must check it today, because there's a man that said, if you have 5 consecutive days of over 500 points, then there will be a collapse around about Feast of Atonement, and it will collapse completely, and people will lose their jobs and etc. And that will be a downturn gradually. That is what he said. So I don't know, people. So we need to trust God and hear from ourselves what is the real situation. So that is what I have to say about this. It's not the real Feast of Trumpets. I still feel that this date can be the Feast of Trumpets. If I go into that date on the Stellarium, let's go in to that, of course, is the 10th month. That will be 27th. Let's go there quickly. 26th. On the 25th of the month, let's go over to Virgo. On the 25th, that's the 25th. Right, let's go to the moon, get the moon out of sight. There is eclipse there. Just as eclipse of the moon, as a solar eclipse, right, with in conjunction with the sun and Venus. There is eclipse there, people. There's a solar eclipse there, right in on the 25th. And this is a beautiful with Venus and the moon. That is a symbolic picture of the bride and Jesus Christ, and with the Father, of course, together. And we have Mercury here right at the middle, the opposite speaker. There's a volume, speak volumes, people. And then the beauty thing about it is, if you look at 26, then is that's at 1800 hours. The moon, of course, is right under the feet of, but of course, then in Libra, which is the throne room. And let's see if there is illumination there. Yeah, there's illumination, so you'll be able to see it on the 26th of October. So that will be illumination there on 1800 hours, the rule in the rule book by law. And then on 27 at midday, let's just go to midday, right at midday, that's where in the throne room of God, that could be the rapture, people. That could be the rapture, because the sun is still in Virgo. And this is my feeling, although the problem is the new moon begins on the end of the month, which now go over into Chesvan and not into Tisri. And that is why I say they manipulated the system. Somehow they manipulated the system. And that is my story. And this is a beautiful picture here. And the reason why also, I'm going to make another video. The tribulation, the God's wrath does not begin at Feast of Trumpets. It will begin 15 days later, people. And that is the next video that I'm going to show you. There is a reason why that red heifers were brought to Israel. They're going to start animal sacrifice again. And I believe that is the day where the false prophet, not the Antichrist, will make a covenant with many, with Israel on that day. Yeah, and I'll have say more about that in the next video. But I want watchmen please to look at this and feel and pray about it. Is this Feast of Trumpets? Because many people say to them that the rapture will occur in Tishri. That is where it all is, and on Feast of Trumpets. So I think most of us are baffled. Most of us are baffled people. I'll leave you with that, and I would like to hear from the watchman, and perhaps from you if you have knowledge concerning the Stellarium and the dates in Israel. By the way, years ago, I asked a Jewish lady, and I asked her, when does your calendar normally start, the first of the month? She said, okay, let me tell you this. It always start in the middle of the Gregorian calendar. And now it overlaps either on a parallel with our month, either on the first or end of the month. Like for instance, we had Feast of Trumpets now, not in the middle of the month like normal. Like for instance, if you look at it, 2029, that is how it should look like. But I feel they manipulated the world system, people. And for that reason I say, that's why I say so. So be blessed, people. Love you, and that's all that I have. Please do share and comment what is your feelings about this. God bless you.